The DRDO will start development test of the Pranash close-range tactical ballistic missile by early 2022, and it will be ready to start user trials with the Indian Army and Indian Air Force by 2024. The Pranash will have a shorter length of 6.7 meters and a diameter of 0.38 meters, and will carry a 200 kilograms payload, and will be mounted on a 6x6 high-mobility vehicle to provide better mobility at mountainous terrain. The 200 km range single-stage solid propellant missile would also be readied for exports to friendly foreign countries, as its strike range is within the permissible limits of international regimes on missile sales. The Strategic Forces Command has taken delivery of the 5,000 km range AGNI-5 nuclear-capable intercontinental ballistic missile, and it was moved to an undisclosed location for deployment. A picture of AGNI-5 was widely shared on social media platforms, in which it is seen in its full operational configuration, that includes canisters and the transport-cum-tilting vehicle for better road mobility and faster response. The last pre-induction trials of the AGNI-5 in full operational configuration were carried out in 2018, and since then the production units of the missile have gone up significantly to cross double digits. With the induction of AGNI-5 and nuclear-capable Rafale fighters as well as the commissioning of indigenous ballistic missile submarines, India is fully confident of its strategic deterrence capability, which brings the whole of Asia and China and parts of Europe and Africa within its strike envelope. West Bengal's Transport Minister met with the top officials of the 135-year-old public sector Shalimar Shipyard to assess the current situation and new ways to improve its operations. An IAS officer has been made the chairman of the shipyard, and a small dry dock might also be created to conduct construction maintenance and repair of vessels. Benjamin Netanyahu has stepped down after serving as the Prime Minister of Israel for the past 12 years. That ended an era that transformed Israel's relations with India. Prime Minister Modi bade Netanyahu a personal farewell, and he also congratulated Mr. Bennett on being sworn in as Israel's new Prime Minister. Israel's foreign minister has said that Israel's new government will work to advance strategic relations with India. Mr. Bennett is known as a right-wing ultranationalist, and he had also worked for Netanyahu as a senior aide between 2006 and 2008. Naval warships of the Indian and Japanese Navy participated in a joint naval exercise in the Indian Ocean to realize a free and open Indo-Pacific, and this exercise comes 8 months after the Indo-Japanese JIMEX 2020 joint naval exercise in the North Arabian Sea, which signals that naval cooperation between India and Japan has increased in scope and complexity over the years. The Chinese media has revealed that the pilots of the Chinese Air Force are training on simulators with artificial intelligence, which is a two-way exercise, as the pilot learns to improve his skills, while artificial intelligence learns from the pilot's actions, and this assumes significance as the future of their J-20 stealth fighter jet is based on the use of artificial intelligence. Initially, the Chinese pilots had their advantage and achieved easy victories over the simulator, but subsequently artificial intelligence has learned from them on how to react, interact and build strategy, and currently there is no Chinese pilot to win a duel with the simulator. The Indian Army has conducted successful trials on the dedicated freight corridor by moving a military train loaded with vehicles and equipment that validated the efficacy of the dedicated freight corridor and will significantly enhance the mobilization capability of the armed forces. Indian Railways will now assist in leveraging the dedicated freight corridor and its allied infrastructure into the mobilization matrix of the armed forces.
Omar dropped it.